A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, is this young man's birthday. And, as with everyone else's 13th birthday, it is also his epoch of transmutation. Though it was 13 years ago he was given life, it is only today it will be taken away from him. What will the name of this young man be? Now really isn't the time for nonsense. Your name is John. As was previously mentioned, it is your birthday, and also, as well as every other person's 13th birthday, it is the day of your epoch of transmutation, though you don't really want to think about that right now. A number of cakes are scattered about your room. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. You like to program computers, but you're not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore, and are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do? 1, 2. You still have both of your arms. They're already here. Unless you're talking about the fake arms, which are currently in your magic chest. The sky is dark and dreary, as it always is. And then, of course, there's your garden, with its tire swing hanging from the tree like a proper gentleman with a monocle. The little red arm swingy dealy thing or whatever it's called is flipped up. What the hell is that thing called anyway? You really do not have time for these semantics. The red flippy lever thing means you have new mail, and that means something you've been waiting for 3 days is finally here. The beta of a game. Hopefully you'll be able to play it today. You would go downstairs to actually check your mail, but you really do not want to encounter your dad today. Maybe you can quickly run downstairs and get the mail before he gets back. Nope, your dad is home already. Shit. He went out to get more baking supplies. He's probably using the cakes he's making to tempt you downstairs, and even planted a few in your room as a sort of bait. But you aren't falling for that. You capture log the cake that is sitting on top of your magic chest first, using up the first card in your Silidix. This Silidix and its stack modus is the only one of your birthday presents you've received so far, but you don't really consider it a present. It's a useless piece of shit, really. You don't even know if you're using it properly. That's probably due to the fact that this is the first time you have ever used it. You rifle through your various belongings in your magic chest, and here you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts, each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician or a cunning prankster. You are neither of these things. Among the artifacts are 2 fake arms, 1 pair of trick handcuffs, 1 stunt sword, 1 magician's hat, 1 pair of beagle puss glasses, several smoke pellets, several blood capsules, and 1 copy of Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery, and 1 copy of Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cavaney. Some of this stuff may come in handy at some point. You decide to capture the fake arms, since they are on your mind. You guess the only way you're going to get that mail is to go downstairs, and try your best to avoid your dad, assuming he hasn't gotten it already. You aren't looking forward to this conversation at all. Terrantech Godhead began pestering ectobiologist at 1613.
Hey, so what sort of insane loot did you rake in today?
Actually, I haven't opened any of my presents yet. My dad says they're a reward for after I get transmutated. But fuck that! The entire fucking process takes 4 days, and then it will not even be my birthday anymore.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
No way!
What makes you think that?
Isn't it obvious? You get turned into some gross, undead monster thing. What's so great about that?
Because you look awesome. And you can never die under most normal circumstances, including old age. Though I heard they off you once you get too old, so it's not like it matters.
Anyway, I'm still waiting for the beta.
You still haven't gotten it yet?
Nope. I think it might be in the mail now, but I really don't want to go downstairs to check since my dad will be looking for me. I've been hiding in my room all day because I don't want my dad to catch me and take me somewhere to essentially get killed. What am I gonna do? Do I set my strife specibus thing so I can fight him if I encounter him?
You can do that if you want. But there's nothing to change fate, dude. Just accept that you're gonna get turned into an awesome-looking freak of nature.
No! Fine. I'm gonna go get the beta. And hopefully try to avoid my dad. But if I get caught, then... well, I guess that's it.
I wish you good luck, dude. Hopefully your dad will find you. So I guess in your case, it's bad luck.
Ugh!
Caw.
Ectobiologist ceased pestering Turntech Godhead at 1616. You look at your strife deck and mull over what to use as a weapon by looking at all of the choices on the back. You decide to choose your hammer since it's right at your feet. You captchalogue it and allocate it to the strife specibus. The hammer has been moved from your captchalogue deck to your strife deck. Ugh, there's no way you want to see him. You're going to avoid him at all costs. You're safe in your room. Your dad doesn't have the heart to capture you and drag you out of your own room. But you think his patience is wearing thin, so you'll probably resort to that soon. Well, here you go. You exit your room and make your way downstairs. Your presents are for after your transmutation, but this one is just lying in the middle of your living room, just begging to be opened. Surely you can open just this one, especially since your dad is distracted and busy in the kitchen right now. Oh, God no. This was really not the thing you wanted to see today. No! You made it back to your room, but you know that once your dad is sick of trying to lure you out of your room using cakes, he's going to drag you out. You better think of a way to get that game, and fast. A friend of yours mentioned that this game is the key to your escape from transmutation. You aren't really sure how that works, but you're willing to believe and do anything to get away from this. Tentacle Therapist began pestering Ectobiologist at 1625.
John!
Oh, hey. Ugh, it's been awful. Thank you for asking.
Oh yes, Mr. Birdbrain mentioned to me a few seconds ago how you've been trying to avoid your father all day because you don't want to be transmutated.
Yep. Wow, he told you already?
Yeah, you know, he's always relaying useful information to one another. I guess you could say he's sort of like a messenger pigeon.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, I need some advice if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Okay, I really need to go and get something that's either in the mailbox or in the kitchen right now, but I don't want to encounter my dad. I can't go in the kitchen right now since my dad is in there, and I can't go outside either since, well, if my dad spots me out there, then he's going to assume I'm trying to run away or something. What do I do?
Well, you could always just give up and stop being a scaredy cat and just get transmutated already. It's not really that bad. Do I seem like a horrible monster to you, John?
Well, yes. No offense. It's just that you're really different to how you used to be. You used to act really cold and distant, but also mysterious and knowledgeable. And that was the you that I was friends with all these years. The one that I had formed a really strong bond with. The one that was my best friend. And now you're just some hyperactive, psychotically happy cat thing. The friends that I had for years just suddenly vanished in December, and now I just have some monsters for friends. Sure, you're all the same people with the same memories, but you're just not the same anymore. No offense. Oh, wow. That looks really sappy now that I read it back to myself.
What? That's so sad, John.
Hey!
Oh, not in that way. I mean, it is very sad.
Oh.
You sound really upset, John. Do you want to talk about it?
No, that's okay. I think I'm gonna go and get the thing from my dad now.
Okay, then. Wait, as some actual advice, maybe you can learn to weaponize your Sylladex?
I think I've heard of that before. Isn't it when you fill up your Sylladex with a bunch of useless crap, then captchalogue some more useless crap, so all the other crap gets launched out of your Sylladex?
Yes, something like that! Maybe you should stock up on stuff before you confront your father and fight him with your Sylladex, as well as your newly associated Swice Specifists.
Wait, did that feathery asshole tell you that too? How does he even know I allocated it?
You know, he has his way of knowing things.
I guess so?
Just like I know that the thing you want is the beta game I've been wanting to play with us for.
Yeah. How did you know? Did he tell you that too?
I have a reliable source of information.
Okay then. See you in a few minutes then, or not.
Bye, John.
Tentacle therapist ceased pestering ectobiologist at 16:30. You guess you should take the nails since they're doing nothing just lying on the floor, and they could come in handy. You captchalogue them. You only have one free card now. You don't want to be wasting time sorting it out and ejecting stuff out of it. You have no idea how stuff even gets ejected from it, which is more the reason why you don't want to mess around with it. You decide to check through the things in your magic chest again to fill up the final space in your Sylladex. Since you already have the hammer and nails to use offensively, you decide to balance out your inventory by stocking some smoke pellets, which could be used defensively. You can hear your dad busy in the kitchen from where you are now. You should be okay to quickly go outside and check the mail. This time, you calmly step around the doll. It's just a doll, after all. This is a portrait of your Nana, and underneath it, her ashes. She was the one who chose your dad's transmutation design, like how all parents choose their children's transmutation designs. Sadly, she died before you were even born. A tall bookshelf, a ladder, and unabridged Colonel Sassacres. That's all your father ever says about it. You never really got what her transmutation was supposed to be, but that's probably because the only picture of her you've seen is this portrait. What are those banana things coming out of her head? Why is her skin gray? What's that red thing on her forehead, and what is that yellow bar going through her torso? Just what is the theme of her transmutation? You guess her parents are the only ones who really know that, but they're probably dead now, so who cares? You retrieve and launch the first thing in your Sylladex, the smoke pellets at the foolhardy foe. This, unsurprisingly, does nothing whatsoever. You would use something more effective, but your fetch modus sort of sucks apparently. These sharp nails should actually do some damage. You scratch its face off with the nails. Its menacing grin was starting to get on your nerves. No way, you aren't going back to your room. You have everything you need, you're sure of it. Well, these arms are pretty useless actually. You aim the cake straight at its head, but your aim falls short a bit and it ends up sort of hitting where its neck would be. Its face is now almost completely covered in cake, which is good because now you can't see it. You have an idea. You prop the doll up on your sofa. Unfortunately, gravity pulls the cake down a bit, showing the doll's face again, so you just captchalogue the cake seeing as it serves no purpose anymore, leaving behind the sticky frosting. You also captchalogue the nails which were embedded in its head. You leave the arms on the floor and carefully spread the frosting around on the doll a bit. You pick up the arms and... He. Fucking incredible. This definitely makes the doll at least 300% more hilarious. You're sure Colonel Sassacre would know the precise index of elevated hilarity. It looks like you accidentally knocked them underneath the wrapping paper when you assaulted the doll. You really need to clean up this mess before your dad finds out. You reckon these could be useful at a later time, so you recaptchalogue them. You don't want to go too close to the kitchen because your dad is in there. Going too close to the door could catch his attention. You're surprised that he didn't even notice you mutilating that doll a few seconds ago. He must be pretty preoccupied in there. You can't start a fire because you don't have anything to start a fire with. This fireplace hasn't been used for ages. There hasn't even been any wood under that fire for as long as you can remember. Warm temperatures are not something known to you, after all. Right. You need to go and check the mail. You suddenly remember that your friends should have sent you birthday presents in the form of colored packages, which should also be in the mail. But you don't really care about that right now. Their presents can come later. The game is of top priority right now. You exit your home through the front door. A strong breeze blows the bow off your head. It was a silly bow, and it was a dumb idea to put it on your head, so you don't really care that much. The weather is frighteningly cold and very windy. You're a bit chilly. There's no need to rush. Your dad is preoccupied in the kitchen, so you think you can take your time on this. You make your way to the mailbox and peek inside. It looks empty. Your dad has the mail. Damn it. Wait a minute. What's that? Right at the back? It looks like something your dad has forgotten. John, take remaining mail. What do we have here? Fetch Modus, along with a note from your friend. Maybe this is her present to you? You expected it to come in a package, not just by itself, without an address. Wait, how did this even get here? John, read note from friend.
To John. You silly dumb you threw your data structures book, didn't you? You need to free the little fetch modus in the back of it. I know you do. That's why I gave you mine. It doesn't matter since this one sucks and it's really boring, so you can have it. I have all the fun ones. From Jade.
She is as rude as usual. It wasn't even you who threw your books out. You aren't really sure how this thing works. There aren't instructions or anything like that. All your friend gave you was the modus and the note. The modus card says Q and FIFO on it, but you can't really interpret much from that. You guess FIFO means first in, first out? You guess there's only one way to find out. John, active FIFO modus. To activate it, the FIFO Q thing modus, you assume you need to captcha log it, so you go ahead and do that along with the note. This forces the mushed up cake out of your Celodex. It rather uneventfully drops in front of you. A sudden urge to destroy and or eat the note fills you all of a sudden, but you ignore it. You aren't really sure what this just did. You think now you can only access the card on the bottom now? Well, at least this frees up another card, seeing as the Q modus card isn't actually in your Celodex anymore. Why was this so important? This seems maybe even more convoluted than your old fetch modus. John, look around for danger. Nothing in here but a green package. The fact that your birthday presents are color coordinated probably means that this is from your friend Jade, the same one who gave you your new fetch modus. You see something that looks like another note underneath the package. What is with her notes today? And did your dad leave this in the car by accident, or did she somehow magically purify this here too? It doesn't really matter. You don't have the car key, so you can't retrieve the package anyway. You decide to forget about it for now. John, test your car doors before going inside. You forcefully tug at both the driver's door and the passenger's door. They're definitely locked. You would smash the car window to get in, but your dad would kill you for doing that. And plus, you don't really give a shit about whatever is in that package right now. John, venture back inside. You return to the slightly warmer abode that is your home. John, stop flailing about and listen for your father. Well, you weren't really flailing around in the first place, but you decide to listen for your dad anyway. You can hear him messing around in the kitchen. Wait. Oh no.
Hammer time, you son of a bitch!
You scamper back to your room after startling your dad with your weapon. Your dad returns to the kitchen instead of deciding to chase you. It looks like he hasn't quite reached his wit's end yet. John, abandon all hope. No, not yet. John, eat all the cake, John. Eat all of it. You could do with a snack. Well, if an entire cake counts as just a snack. You don't really have a knife or anything to cut the cake with, so you just sort of try and pick pieces of it up. You aren't very good at this, but at least it's food. Nice, sugary food. John, is Jade on? Oh, that's right. Your friend Jade, who got you the new Fitch modus, might be online. You haven't spoken to her today. Yet. Then again, you aren't really sure if you want to. She can be okay sometimes, but a lot of the time, she's just really bossy and rude. Nobody is online right now. They must be busy, you guess. John, run fuck, cake. On your desktop, there are various unfinished programs littering it. You do like to try and program things, but you're really terrible at it. And your programs tend to just make your computer crash. See? John, try to guess where the beta could be. You know where the beta is. If it isn't in the mailbox, or in the car, it must be on the table in the kitchen, along with a load of other junk you don't care about. John, weaponize your Silodex. Prepare for inevitable Guardian strife. You have a final look through your magic chest for a last-minute stock-up. Since you only have one card left, you just take Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery. Your favorite joke and prank book. You take the stunt sword too, but you're out of cards and you're pretty sure it's useless as it's blunt and fake. Now, if you try to capture log anything else, the nails will fall out. John, read book. The card with the nails is also the only card you can access right now, too. John, can you tell if the cake was drugged yet? You feel a bit dizzy and nauseous. This always happens after you eat sugary food. It's what happens often when kids eat sugary food. It's only ever temporary though, and considering you didn't even eat that much, it should go away soon. Apparently post-transmutation, people no longer feel dizzy after eating dessert-y food? You're sure that's just a myth, and it certainly isn't going to persuade you to give yourself in. It isn't going to stop you from eating cake either. That stuff is delicious. John, to the kitchen! Ack, you knew you shouldn't have eaten that cake. Your headache worsens dramatically. You could do with a rest. You're in no condition to face your dad right now. John, now's a good time to take a nap. John, dream. What a funny dream. Well, at least your dad didn't find out you were asleep here, and your headache is gone. John, grow some balls for a change and face off against your dad. Yes, you're about to go and do that. John, quick into the kitchen, post haste. You enter the kitchen. It looks like the beta's here, along with some other stuff. Your dad is guarding it. You suppose there's only one way to steal it from him. Strife! Oh god, 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 oh god. This is not good. John, grab the beta and run back to your room. You take the beta along with the red package. You won't be going back to your room just yet though. Dad, are you okay? You cautiously poke him a few times. John, get the fuck out of there. You return to the safety of your room. John, build a fort in front of the door. This doesn't really count as a fort, but you do not give a fuck right now. John, return to the computer. Didn't this thing spontaneously shut off when you try to run that shitty program? Oh well, you've seen weirder stuff in your life. John, answer your chum like a proper gentleman. Garden Gnostic began pestering ectobiologist at 1715.
John! Answer me now! I just know you aren't even here right now. Why did I even bother? Stupid runt, and now you've really made me angry.
Garden Gnostic is now an idle chum.
Hi?
John, hey, there you are. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm pretty worn out.
So you managed to avoid your dad?
Yeah, duh. It's hard work. I think I almost killed him earlier.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, I got that fetch modus that you sent me.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
And, well, you could have told me it launched things so quickly. I got into a strife with my dad, and I don't think I had adjusted to the way my Silodex just now launches stuff. Stuff just jumps out of my Silodex like a frightened weasel now. So when he was about to force feed me some of that fucking cake, I captulogged it instead, and forced a really heavy book out of my Silodex, and it hit him in the head.
Oh no, John, that's awful. Is he okay?
Oh yeah, he's fine. He started moving again.
And that's the only way you checked to see if he's fine? You waited around for him to fidget a bit?
Well, yeah. I couldn't really wait around. He's after me, you know?
That's true. Well, John, don't worry. I think you're going to be fine now. You have the beta.
You do?
Yes.
Well, okay then. So, with this game, do I just install it or what?
Yes, but you will need someone to play it with.
Miss Happy Cat said she wanted to play the game with us. Should I ask her to play it with me?
I think she's your only option. The feathery asshole is always busy with God knows what, and I don't even have the game.
Alright then, I'll go install this thing now.
Okay, John. Can't wait. See you soon.
Bye, Jade. Wait, what?
Garden Gnostic ceased pestering ectobiologist at 1723. John, contact Miss Happy Cat and ask her to link up with you. Wait for it. Wait. There she is. Ectobiologist began pestering tentacle therapist at 1725.
Hey, I got the beta.
No! Brilliant! Well done, John! So, do you want to play with me?
Sure. That's what I was about to ask you.
Yay!
Tentacle therapist ceased pestering ectobiologist at 1726. Tentacle therapist began pestering ectobiologist at 1726.
What happened?
My internet cut off for a second. You know how my internet is here.
Oh, yeah. That won't be a problem when we play this game, right?
I think it will be. I'm not too sure what it'll do about it. Tell you what, while we both install this game, I'll see if I can get a place with a better internet connection.
Okay.
All right, see you in a second.
Tentacle therapist ceased pestering ectobiologist at 1728. John, hurry up and install the game. What the fuck is this? John, BTT. A young lady stands in her bedroom. Due to the location of her home, as well as a violent storm, she has lost her wireless internet connection. This has severed her link to a popular video game she was about to play with a young man. That young man is relying on this young lady to re-establish a connection somehow. This young lady named... It's on the tip of your tongue. What was the name of this young lady again? Hey now, that isn't funny. One more time. Yes, that's more like it. Rose, examine room. Your name is Rose. As was previously mentioned, you are without internet connection and currently need to seek higher ground in order to be able to salvage a better internet connection. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for writing stories and are somewhat obsessive about it. You have been trying to take an interest in the bestially strange and fictitious, but you aren't sure if it's your thing, and also sometimes dabble in psychoanalysis. You like to knit a lot, and your room is a bit of a mess with your knitting projects. Waterlogged rug, and overgrown ivy covering the floor. Also on occasion, if just the right one strikes your fancy, you like to play video games with your friends. What will you do? Retrieve tendrils. They're right here, can't you see them? But you don't have time for this nonsense. Go back to John. Geez, you are pretty bored. Well, you're trying to act bored. It's getting pretty late and your father is going to force you to go get transmutated soon. That thought is pretty terrifying. Rose, better hurry up. John, read the note on your desk, then put up your poster. You decide to kill some time and examine the poster that you left on your dresser, as well as read the note that you got with it. Both are from your dad. Yeah, whatever. Bullshit. Oh, sweet. It's a Terminator 2 poster. Your opinion on the movie itself is pretty lukewarm, but you appreciate the gesture, and you always love a new poster for your wall. It looks like someone is trying to pester you. Hopefully Rose is back. You decide to use some of the cake to stick the poster to your wall. That stuff sure is versatile. You resist the urge to lick the stuff off the wall. That would be creepy. John, answer. Arachnid's grip began trolling ectobiologist at 1730.
That is a very nice poster you have there, John.
Ugh, not you guys again.
What?
You're a troll, right?
Well, yeah, I suppose. I mean, sort of.
Then get lost. I don't need your nonsense today.
Hey! I was just admiring your poster. It reminds me a lot of myself.
There's no way you're as awesome as Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What the heck kind of name is that?
Well, what is your name? Arachnid's grip?
I am not telling you that. When I finally do tell you, you'll call it stupid. Fuck you, John.
What?
Oh, right. Never mind. Your poster's cool. That's all I have to say.
Arachnid's grip. Cease trolling ectobiologist at 1734. John, become Rose again. Your friend is counting on you. You are now Rose again. What were you doing? Oh, that's right. You're trying to find higher ground to see if you can establish an internet connection. Rose, examine buckets. These 2 buckets are filled with water and plant food. You like to dunk your vines in it to absorb the food. You gain nothing from it, just like how you gain nothing from eating normal food. Post-transmutation people don't need food to survive. You eat anyway because it's fun and it tastes nice. You don't feel like waiting hours to absorb shitty plant food right now, though. You gotta help John. Rose, examine damaged squiddle. You spy on the little purple fellow on the table. You were sent these squiddles by your friend Jade. You and her were once big fans of the TV show where these squiddles were from, but you aren't interested in much anymore. When you get bored, you like to rip them up and then sew them back together again. Over time, the damage has shown itself, though. Rose, capture log squiddle. Using your string figure fetch modus, you stow away the squiddle. You already have a couple of other items in your Celodex too. Rose, capture log laptop. You're going to need this. Rose, retrieve ball of yarn. You decide to retrieve the ball of yarn. Your Celodex ejects a small hoop of glowing elasticated string. To retrieve the ball of yarn, you will need to manipulate the string into the designs shown by your Celodex. This should be a piece of cake. This doesn't even really count as a string figure, just holding the string. Makes sense. An easy string figure to eject, well, some string. Success! The ball of yarn is ejected from your Celodex and lands in the bucket of stagnant water. Rose, that yarn is ruined. If you go to fetch it, you might get distracted and start soaking up water, and you don't have time for that. You're right. John needs your help. You can't keep messing around with yarn all day, as much as you'd like to. Rose, explore house. You exit your room. Rose, examine blasphemous statues. Look at this. Your mom is obsessed with this tentacle bullshit. She's fascinated with eldritch abominations like this. They're plastered all over the house. She has been trying desperately for you to take an interest in the subject, and you sort of were up until a few months ago. Now you couldn't care less. You resist the urge to knock it off its poncy pedestal. Yes, this is where you need to go. It's locked, as usual. The observatory is where your mother conducts all of her stupid alchemy experiments. She likes to keep it away from prying eyes, so she keeps the door locked at all times. If you ask nicely, she might give you the key. Rose, descend stairs. You walk down the stairs. You're getting nervous. Your mother is very protective of her observatory, and you aren't sure that merely asking nicely will do the trick. A nasty confrontation with your mother is potentially fatal. You greet your mom at the bottom of the stairs, and by greet you mean sheepishly try to get her attention. She's too busy cleaning that stupid, lovely statue. You ask her nicely for the key. You tell her that you need it for something very important. She gives you a blank stare. You know what this means. Rose, strife! You got the observatory key. You capture log it. Rose, go to the observatory. You squirm around for a few seconds and finally get the string figure in place. For the first few weeks after your epoch of transmutation, using your Sylladex was a nuisance, but you've adjusted to it nicely. Huh? No, it's easy. Well, maybe not if you've never done it before. Your mom likes to keep the observatory hidden, so she hides the keyhole from view. Success. The door opens. Rose, ascend stairs. You step up a few steps and walk across a short hallway. The corridor has a sharp turn to the left. This is where the real stair climb begins. Someone seems to be pestering you. You will answer these messages once you get to the top. You arrive at the observatory. It is messy as always. Your mom never bothers cleaning up after her alchemy practice. Why doesn't she realize that it's all fake? Turntech Godhead began pestering Tentacle Therapist at 1745.
Hey, Rose. Question.
Hey, Dave, what's clocking?
Stop. Is John playing the game yet?
Yep, I'm now connected to him. I just have to install it.
Okay, sweet.
Clocking?
Jesus Christ.
Come on, dude. What's your sense of humor?
Rose, we all know Jade is gonna nag us to hell and back if we don't get John to play the stupid game before his dad gets to him. I mean, I don't really care. But I'd rather not deal with her, you know?
True.
Oh, yeah. I have another question.
Sure, what is it?
I had another weird dream. Can you decipher it?
Not now. I have to play the game with John like you said.
Alright. See ya.
Tentacle Therapist ceased pestering Turntech Godhead at 1749. Rose, install the game. It automatically connects to John. Just as a certain someone told you, it's a game that lets you manipulate the environment of whomever you're the server of. John is currently doing something in the corner of his room. The toolbar is covering him up. You can zoom in using said toolbar to get a better look. Rose, zoom in on John.
John? John? What the fuck are you doing? John, there's like half an entire cake on the floor. Why are you licking the freaking icing off a poster? And why is your drawer in front of your door? I'm pretty sure it doesn't open that way. You obviously are reading this.